Hey, geographers. So today we're going to explore the fascinating world beneath our feet, the incredible complexity of soil. So let me share here for a moment. Excellent. Okay. So, soil is more than meets the eye. So, we're going to start with something seemingly simple, soil color. And it might surprise you, but there are actually 175 distinct gradations of soil color. This isn't just aesthetic. Color can provide critical clues about a soil's nature and capabilities. For example, dark brown or black soils often indicate high organic matter content. Reddish soils typically suggest high iron oxide presence, and grayish colors might indicate poor drainage or limited oxygen. But be careful, color can also be misleading. It's just one piece of the puzzle. Okay, so soil properties and the texture of soil. So no soil is made up of perfectly uniform particles. Texture is all about the relative amounts of different particle sizes that we call separates. Now we have three principal types: sand, silt, and clay. First one is sand. This is the large, gritty particles. The second one is silt. These are the medium-sized particles. And the third one is clay, tiny microscopic particles. Now, when none of these dominate, we get what's called a loam, the holy grail of agricultural soils. Imagine a perfectly balanced mixture that provides optimal water retention, drainage, and nutrient availability. So now, when we're looking at soil structure, we're getting into the really cool part. Soil particles don't just sit randomly. They form larger aggregates called peds. And these peds come in four basic shapes. They're spheroidal, round, plate-like, flat, block-like, cubic, and prism-like, column shaped. So these shapes determine crucial properties like porosity and permeability. So think of it like the difference between a tightly packed suitcase and one with strategic packing. Some arrangements just work better. So soil chemistry. This is where soil becomes a true marvel. So let's talk about colloids. Microscopic particles smaller than zero point 0.1 micrometers that are the chemical powerhouse of soils. So we have two different colloids. Inorganic colloids, which are tiny clay platelets, and organic colloids. And these are decomposed matter like humus. And these colloids are masters of water retention and nutrient management. Now imagine colloids as tiny magnets with negative charges. They attract positively charged nutrient ions. Like they're like a sophisticated delivery system. And this is called cation exchange or cation exchange capacity or CEC. Now, the magic happens when the bond is just right. Nutrients stick around but are still accessible to plants. When they are too weak, nutrients can be leached away, and when they are too strong, plants can't absorb them. So generally, soils with high clay and humus content have the highest CEC and are typically the most fertile. Now, another aspect of soil that is very important is the acidity, the acidity or alkalinity, the pH scale. Every soil has its own chemical personality defined by its pH. The scale ranges from 0 to 14. So below a 7 is acidic, the 7 is neutral, and above 7 is alkaline. Okay. And so if you're into gardening, you might start seeing information about the soil pH. So most plants thrive with a neutral pH around 7. If the soil's too acidic and nutrients dissolve too quickly, it could be a problem. And if it's too alkaline, the minerals get locked up. So, for example, blueberries love acidic soils with a soil around pH 4.5 or 5.5. And if you want to plant blueberries, it's a great idea to test your soil, and so you know what is happening. If the blueberry plant starts dying, it's a great idea to test your soil. So maybe you can add some more acidic. For example, another example is lavender prefers alkaline conditions around a pH of 7.5 to 8. Okay. Now, soil is not just the dirt. It is living, breathing. It's a system of incredible complexity. From its color to its microscopic chemistry, every handful of soil tells a story of the geologic process and the biologic process that has gone in to make up that soil. So until next time, take a look at your soil beneath your feet and keep exploring.